Stay Ready Radio. Tune in. If you stay ready, you never have to get. Never have to get.
Tell me, did you come? You ain't gotta leave by yourself here. Yeah, everything is go. I've been looking at you dance like.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Big Mike. It's your boy Big Mike.
It's your girl Desi Des.
DJ the Queen in the building.
That's what it is. You already know. You tuned in to Stay Ready Radio. You already know this is brought to you by Villado Footwear, powered by Monster.
Roscoe's Media Center, Pitbull Energy Drink.
The good people at Go Dare Magazine. My favorite, 3 Point Tequila. Cannot forget.
Order those cupcakes. Clavel. That's what it is. We got a great show for you guys today. We're going to bring out our first guest in a little bit here, but we're going to go ahead and move right into the Desi Des Entertainment Gossip. Let's go.
Hey.
Entertainment Gossip with Desi Des.
All right, guys. So over the weekend, happy Easter, by the way. So everyone celebrated Happy Easter. Resurrection. So talking about resurrection, let's talk about Kanye's Bible. Shall we talk about that a little bit? So fans
Pray on it. Pray on it.
So fans of the 37-year-old rapper have taken their love for Kanye to a whole different level, y'all. Let me start off by saying, in the beginning, Kanye created the heaven and the earth, and Kanye said, "Let there be light."
Actually, every word that has to do with Jesus or God is replaced with Kanye, correct?
Or Jesus. Or Jesus, right? Yes,
okay.
yes. So at first I thought this was like just bogus, right? But then actually when I did a little research and I looked into it, there was actually three entrepreneurial fans that came up with the concept of creating this modern day type of Bible. So they took the book of Genesis and replaced all of the word of God and, as I mentioned, anything with God, and replaced it with God and Jesus. So if you guys want to check it out and purchase it, it's really for purchase. Go to thejesusbook.com. They're selling it for $20 a pop.
What?
$20.
That's a quick come up. For
who though? Because Kanye hasn't commented yet on it.
Well, probably gonna come in and just take it all over. Like, you know what? Give me this.
Give me all that.
That's my name. You say
no, he gonna wait for it to build up.
Right, exactly.
And on other news, I don't know if you guys heard about Rich Homie Quan currently in, I believe he's released now, but he was in custody earlier for allegedly brutalizing a nightclub promoter bouncer. Quan showed up at the Miami Beach PD Wednesday, which is today afternoon, for booking on a misdemeanor battery, as TMZ reported. So much luck for you, Mr. Quan. See you when you get out. And the rest of my rant and my gossip is on our blog. If you haven't checked it out, go to stayreadyradio.com, click the blog link, and check us out.
Yeah, that's what it is. And that was the Entertainment Gossip with Desi Des. But we're going to go ahead and move right into the Queen. You already know she always got something to say. So this is the Queen Says. Let's go.
Listen up. This is the Queen Says segment.
How you doing? Happy Resurrection and all that good stuff. I'm happy that Lent's over. I'm drinking like a freaking fish right now. It's amazing. No, I'm just kidding. 3 Point Tequila. Come on now. I need my bottle. All right, all right, so you guys heard about Plies, right? And how he got body slammed off the stage by a fan, right?
Actually, I seen that. I did see that.
It was crazy, yo. So rumor has it that they actually let go of the security guard that was on the stage during the altercation, right? So what I want to talk about is, why do we fire the security guard? Where was Plies' antennas when the boy walked up to him, right?
Right.
Because I'd be danged if somebody get this close to me and I don't, like, hey.
Security.
So nowadays, you know how some artists is they want to be kind of like, they want to engage with the fans. So, I mean, I can see how it could go wrong. But, I mean, at the same time, you definitely got to stay ready.
See, right, so you never had to get ready. See, but word on the street is, Plies actually told the young man to come back on the stage after they had kicked him off, and he was talking jive to the dude, so he was like, yo, whatever, like, talking crazy to him, so the dude was like, oh, word, boom, I'm gonna go ahead and take it WWE style, right? Come on, if you're gonna talk crazy to a grown man, I don't care if he got leopard print on or not, that's still a grown man, right?
That's a grown man.
He's gonna do something, he's gonna respond. So my rant for today is, don't blame people when your antennas was not there to hold you accountable for somebody putting their hands on you. If you got the hands, it's because you wasn't ready to put your hands up. That's all I got to say about that. And if you want the rest of this rant and then some, go to stayreadyradio.com, click on the blog, and you'll see my girl Desi Des Entertainment, and you'll see the Queen Says. And I'm out.
That's what it is. That's what it is. And that was the Queen Says.
Thank you.
But to add to that, I'm just letting Plies know you got to stay ready, bro. So you don't have to get ready. But that's what it is. We're gonna go ahead and keep it moving. You guys go ahead and start calling in. Area code 323-965-1600
1600.
is definitely going down over here at Stay Ready Radio. Log on to StayReadyRadio.com right now. We're gonna go ahead and bring in our first guest.
Yeah.
And you already know I call her the Queen of Radio.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it right now. Please put your hands together for Cecilia The Mamacita. Hey.
I appreciate this. Thank you so much for having me here.
Most definitely.
Yes, I'm watching you guys do your thing, and I'm like, yo, you guys
know
are
what?
really doing it.
We get that from you. We get that from you. Because you've been
saying.
keeping it hot for everybody out here in this California area.
Absolutely.
Especially. And you're always, no matter what, you're always supporting the independent artists.
Thank you so much.
When I met you, you were so humble. You were
I'm still
approachable.
humble.
I know. I did say you were, huh? But you are, and you still are, so humble. But you're approachable, and you understand that it doesn't matter how big you get in this industry. You still understand where you come from. You still want to give people chances. And I met you on the school tour, and it was
that was
just
crazy.
awesome.
We did the high school tour with Steve LaBelle.
Steve LaBelle. Shout out to Steve LaBelle.
Yeah, it was amazing just to, ask, for me to be, an opening guest speaker for him. So going on this tour and just traveling Southern California, I learned a lot, especially with Steve LaBelle, with yourself. It was a great time, and it was a time for us to reach out to the kids and to the community and let them know we're here and we're touchable and we're reachable.
Yes,
it was a great time.
And the good thing about that is we were teaching them how to become entrepreneurs, teaching them leadership skills,
Absolutely.
how to be leaders in life. And understand that in order to be a great leader, you got to be a great listener at the same time. And that's one of the messages we were putting out there.
Yes.
As well as bringing independent artists and kids being so influenced by artists, it gave it a great look and it gave it a great feel. And again, I can't say more about how humble you were and how those kids really loved you.
Oh man, I love the kids. I don't have any kids, so I love the kids.
I know that's Amen.
Oh yeah. Y'all got jokes? Y'all got jokes?
I love the kids. I love the
Mike really love the kids because he got some kids
I got
and
kids.
some.
I got kids, and I got kids that call me dad. That's what it is. I'm a father figure. I don't mind being that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's what it is. I ain't paying that support though. Hold on now. I gotta get a Social Security number if we're gonna be doing all that.
Let me get that in tax.
Y'all are crazy.
Speaking of kids, I want to shout out my son Jonathan. Happy birthday to my son Jonathan.
Happy birthday,
That's what it
Jonathan.
is. It's definitely going down. So. Again, Mamacita, what kind of stuff do you got coming up? Because I know you have a radio show as well.
Yeah.
Wait. You have some radio shows because you're doing so much.
Amen.
You know what I'm trying to do, especially in this industry, is I tell a lot of people, you gotta have at least like 7 hustles to make it.
That's right.
Before, back in the day, we only had one and we were good with it. Not anymore. You gotta do a little bit more and wear more hats. But I got K-Day, 935 K-Day. I'm at a legendary station in LA.
That's right. Hip-hop
Yes,
started.
absolutely, we're hip-hop started. It is the first, a lot of people don't know, K-Day was the first radio station in the world.
That's
in
wow.
the world.
I didn't even know that.
In the world.
Educating me.
In the world, so that's what we call it, the legendary K-Day. We are West Coast, this is where we're at. So to grow up in Southern California, to be a Latina from LA, and to grow up on K-Day and to be able to do radio on K-Day, I just feel like I'm living my dream. I love it. I've been doing radio for 12 years now.
Look at that.
And everything from radio to television to working with Jennifer Lopez. I have my show on Nouveau TV. You guys can still watch it. It's rerunning right now, so I'm so excited about that. But I was able to, work with Jennifer and to work under her, she got to show me what it was like to be treated in this industry, what I needed to be expected. Like, before, we do a lot of things and we'll do some stuff for free or, we barter. And she was like, no, as a talent, this is what you deserve. As a talent, this is what you need to expect.
Right.
And so I started knowing my worth with Jennifer.
That's what it is.
And she started teaching me
you're
what my
only
worth
worth
was.
what you negotiate.
Absolutely,
At the end of the day.
absolutely.
Exactly.
So I still have my show. I'm doing K-Day. I'm coming out with a book with Yessi Ortiz from Power 106.
Hey!
Yessi!
Hey, shout out to Yessi.
I love Yessi.
Also, shout out to
Giovanni.
Giovanni. You already know Giovanni. We were talking. Yessi Ortiz gonna come on. She's gonna come on the show.
Yeah, she is. Trust me. We actually gonna be releasing the book pretty soon, and it's about dating in LA. But the thing is that it's meant to inspire, to laugh. We've all had crazy dates. That we have some stories that we can share. So this is what the book is about. But we also have affirmations in the book, and we kind of like have words of encouragement. But the thing is that you hardly ever hear about radio personalities writing books. It's very few, but you never hear about 2 LA radio personalities. We're the number 2 market in the whole United States from competing competing stations coming out and writing a book
That's
together.
right.
Together.
Y'all making history.
And what we're doing is we're making a statement also without really making a statement. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying is, hey, Yessie's my girl. She does radio, I do radio. But at the end of the day, we're two females in this industry, in a male-dominated industry, trying to make it, and we need to practice what we preach. We talk about women unity. We're going to show you woman unity.
That's what it is.
Especially with the book coming out. So, and then I have the B-side show, and
shout out to the B-side show.
yeah, and I'm dabbling into. Let me make this very clear, really quick. I'm dabbling into a tequila company. You know, I'm turning into my business hat right now.
Okay.
There's a tequila company called Gaviota Tequila that I'm working with.
Okay.
I don't drink alcohol.
Neither do I. I've never had a drink in my life. I let them, but I'm sponsored by alcohol, but
I know
I let them
business.
drink it. They taste
business.
They taste right.
That's my side of the Latina side. That's tequila.
Yeah. You're gonna love it. It's so funny because I actually tested it out during Be Real's listening session. We had a party that we did for him, and a lot of people were feeling it. And I was like, okay, so this is something that I can actually work with. As long as the feedback is positive and it's from my friends and they're telling me the honest truth, I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm gonna be working with the tequila company. You'll see it a lot more in the industry. We're gonna be branding, marketing. I got the book. I have the B-side show that I do every single Monday night. You guys understand how it is in radio. We're only allotted to do so much. So what I try to do is, you know, a lot of these radio personalities, you'll notice that they'll do these side digital shows.
That's right. I mean,
but that's because that's our way of keeping in touch with the community and showing the independent artists, like, hey, listen, I may not be able to play you on Katie because you're not Dr. Dre, you're not Ice Cube, you're not Pop.
And you have to definitely follow protocol.
Exactly.
I mean, at the end of the day, so
but what I can do is I can show you, you know, my support, my efforts on the B-side show. So that's how I really stay in touch with the community, especially the streets of LA. You know.
See, I'm telling y'all, when I told y'all she was humble and she was, I'm telling you, it's and like I said, it's hard to find people that share the same vision.
Absolutely.
And once you do, you know, God ain't gonna make no mistakes.
No.
You don't make
That's
You know, it's so funny is you guys have a great person in Big Mike, because touring with him, I learned a lot from Big Mike and just like how to handle yourself and just the business wise. So really, like, I applaud you and what you guys are doing, and I think this is really important, and I think everybody listening right now continue to support and continue to spread the word, because shows like this, we need this in the streets of LA.
Yes, right.
We do. And I always say the more the better. Like, you know, people are, you know, very haterism that goes on, very competition.
But we always say, and we've always said this, I've never seen a hater doing better than you.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? A hater is never, you know, they always gonna be lower.
But what our goal is to make, and this is my goal, is to really make the West Coast stand out. Like, I love the West Coast. I'm from LA. I'm a Mexican girl from the city of LA.
This W ain't on this hat ain't just for Washington. Don't get it twisted.
Like,
this W on this hat is for the West.
I'm always repping the West Coast. So I say, like, we don't need, one person can't do it. We need a lot of people to make noise out here.
That's right.
A lot of people to unite. So
Teamwork
yeah, definitely.
makes the dream work.
Absolutely,
All day.
Absolutely.
Man, your energy is just so.
You know, I want everybody to call in and ask Cecilia Mamacita some questions. All you gotta do
keep it clean.
Area code 323
1600.
1600. You guys call in. What I want to do is I want to take a quick break. We'll take a quick break with we're going to take out to DJ Punch, man. Let's take it out to DJ Punch because I want to get Cecilia Mamacita back.
Okay, let's do it. But I'll answer some questions.
DJ Punch, let's go.
DJ Punch.
You already know it's definitely going down. We are back. Ready Radio. You already know I'm your boy Big Mike.
It's your girl Desi Des.
DJ the Queen in the building.
And we got none other than Cecilia The Mamacita. That's what it is.
Hey, I love that.
We are back. Shout out to our boy DJ Punch. You already know our house DJ in the building. Definitely going down. So, Mamacita, I'm sorry. We had to take that break real quick.
No, it's all good.
We had to get everything adjusted. You know how we do it.
Yeah, it's so funny. Shout out to Guap City. It's my partner in crime, my better half.
That's what it is.
It's always with me.
That's what it is.
No, Cecilia. Cecilia, by the way. See, this is my Latina partner right here.
That's that Latino. Cecilia.
You know,
I said Monday.
You see that?
Well, all I know is I mommy. How about that?
Now, Mama, I understand here that you actually started radio in 96.1.
Yes, Wild 96.1 nonstop hip hop and
How did
R&B.
that happen? How did you start?
Actually, I was on television. I started at LA TV, and I did a segment called the LA TV Breakdown. I mentioned something about the IE, and so the program director Picasso saw me, hired me, and the rest was history. I actually came from television, fell in love with radio so much that I gave up television for a while, and then I went back into television with Jennifer Lopez.
That is so awesome.
Yes.
Now, what type of like obstacles did you experience while you were at the station? Like the beginning stages?
You know what? Okay, I'll tell you, and it's crazy because I am Latina, is that they always want to identify me like, oh, we need a Latina mother because our listeners are all, you know, their mothers. And I'm like, and so I was losing some jobs because they're like, well, you don't have any kids, you can't identify. And I'm like, well, first of all, I'm Mexican. Second of all, I raised my niece just like every other person in their family has raised, you know what I'm saying? Somebody. You know, and I still keep in touch. So, and here's my thing too, was that I didn't want to be portrayed as the sexy sex symbol. And that's what it was too. I remember them sitting down with me. And I'll tell you some obstacles. One, sitting down with me, telling me we need to figure out if we can use your character and maybe play you as a mother. You know, we'll make up that you have a child. I'm like, no, you're about to ruin my career. Like, this is real. I can't go in the streets of LA with a fake kid.
Right.
So I fought for that. Another one was that we want you to be the girl. You know, you're going to be the sexy type of girl that you wouldn't date a guy unless he's driving a BMW. And I'm like, well, I have Nissan Versa, so that's probably not going to happen. But I had to fight for who I was. I was like, I'm not the sex symbol. I am more like the homegirl. I can kick it with the girls. I can kick it with the fellas. Like, that's really what I wanted to be. And I really wanted it to be about music and to be like, listen, just because I am Mexican doesn't mean like I need to have 5 kids, you know what I mean, trolling behind me.
The stereotypes.
Yeah, that's what they had. And I had to really fight that in the industry. And I had to really, there was some times that I would go home crying because I felt like they wanted me to compromise my integrity, and I refused. And I remember one time sitting down in front of Tony G, and he's on the original Mix Masters, and he was like, CC, I'm gonna tell you something, don't you ever compromise your integrity in this industry. Whether you lose a job or not, never compromise. And I learned that, and I never did. And I've lost some opportunities, but in the long run, I have probably the best reputation in this industry.
That's right.
There's nothing anybody can say about me. My word is bond.
That's right.
And
I'm talking about.
And I'm very, you know, and a lot of people say I'm known as this strong woman, but I am a strong woman, and that's just what it is, and I can't be weak for anybody else. Like, this is what I do, and I ride for the unity of women, and I ride to show that, listen, I'm not just a pretty face either. Guess what? I can work my boards, I can edit my phone calls, I can do social media, and I do all that. When I'm at K-Day, everything is me. I don't have any interns, I don't have any assistants. I do everything, from working the boards to answering the calls to editing to doing social media.
That's what's up.
But I wanted to show that women can do that.
You're paving the ways for us. That's what I'm
we
saying.
can do. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not that ugly, you know, but
You're not ugly.
but I'm smart, and that's what I really want to encourage women to go out there. So, I mean, I have some obstacles. You know, I'm a Latina in the hip hop industry. That's an obstacle.
Right.
But it's also a blessing too, because I get girls that come up to me and they're like, "Man, you're doing it like you inspire me." And as long as I can continue to do that, I'm good, and I accept the responsibility. You know what I mean? Some people are like, "Oh, you know, I don't want to go ahead and I don't want to be, you know, a role model."
A role model, yeah.
You know what? We chose to be in this industry.
That's right.
That's part of the package.
That's right.
And I tell people that's part of the package. Just like, you know, we'll get our comments, and you get people that'll, you know how it is. You post a picture and people have the most negative stuff to say.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
They have the most negative stuff to say, but here's what I tell them: it's part of the industry. We decided when we got into this, we were going to take the good, the bad, and the ugly.
That's what it is. That's what it is. And you said a key word about empowering young females.
Absolutely.
Because you know it's so the females are so with the quickness to accept when a guy calls them a B word or anything like that.
I refuse.
And at the end of the day, I have daughters, so I totally understand where it comes from when you guys got that women empowerment. Because no matter what. Again, I'm raising daughters, so when I raise daughters, automatically I want them to be respected.
Right now, I'm going to be
That's
doing on May 30th in Culver City. I'm doing an anti-bullying campaign with a few different artists, and you're on the flyer, Mike. I saw you on the flyer. Yeah. I was like, Big Mike's going to be there. He's everywhere. But you know what? I was just talking about this on Be Real TV last night, and I said, listen, like, we need to talk about anti-bullying. We focus on middle school and high schoolers because they're more vulnerable. Absolutely. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen to us. We experience bullying on the internet still. We experience the bullying on social media. It's just that at this point in our life, we know ourselves. But the people that are, the kids that are like in the middle school, high school, they're so impressionable.
Yeah.
You know, so this is where it's like, I want to go and I want to say, listen, I'm still getting bullied on social media, but I know who I am at the end of the day, and I don't let it bother me. You know, you got to sometimes shrug it off.
Yeah,
so that's why we're going to be there on May 30th, and we're going to,
shout out to Big Spin on that, too.
I love it. I just love that we stay positive and we stay connected to the community.
Shout out to Big Spin.
Such a philanthropist you are.
That's what's definitely going on.
You're such an amazing individual.
I love interviewing artists, but I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing like hanging out with my listeners. Like,
Hey,
nothing.
there it is.
Yes, I mean, I can sit there and I can interview artists all day, and it's cool, but when I get to sit down and actually talk to a listener, that's something special to me.
Right,
yeah, that's a special moment, because those people are your real, they're the reason why we're here.
That's right.
Yeah, so I love chopping it up.
I know
Most
that's
definitely,
right.
most definitely. So give us some last words. Give us some last words.
Oh, last words.
For a lot of the people out there that's listening, as well as you got to give them your social networks.
Oh, yeah, make sure you guys follow me on my Instagram at Cecilia The Mamacita. My Twitter's at Cece The Mamacita. Somebody stole my name on Twitter.
I know.
That's why I am
It's like some high school girl in like Vegas somewhere, like for reals, for reals. No, but make sure you guys follow me on my Instagram, Cecilia The Mamacita. You'll see everything that I'm doing. And listen, here's my thing: don't let anybody validate who you are. I walk into a place. I don't need to walk in with the whole crew. I don't need to walk in with the entourage. I let no one validate who I am. I know who I am.
That's
So don't you ever let anybody that tells you that you can't do it, you just got to go ahead and cross them off their list. I don't like being around negative people. I'm all about positivity, and I'm all about being positive and really moving forward and creating that unity and showing it, not just being about it.
That's what it is.
You know
That's
what?
It is. Preach, girl.
I'm about to
Preach,
just
girl.
carbon copy you, put you in my pocket. I'm
That's
taking
what it
where
is.
I go.
Hey.
And I do stuff where I hang out with women, and I do invite them, and it's so funny because, they expect this cattiness among us, and it's not even like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
love.
It's nothing. It's all love.
That whole competition
And there's
thing,
room for all of us, and
that's
we
right.
all help each other out at the end of the day. I know everybody has a story, and everybody has a struggle.
That's right.
So my words of advice is always be quick to listen and slow to respond.
That's
There
right.
it is. Look at that. Look at that.
See, you
No.
See, that.
preach, girl.
Thank you.
She over here. She got me
Eat
good.
my
I
body.
got goosebumps.
I'm going to
That's
take you to
what it
church
is.
right now. Don't worry.
That's what it is. That's what it is. They got the Yeezy. They got the Yeezy Bible. They need the Mamacita Bible.
I was like, when I heard that, I was like, you know what? Just go buy yourself a Bible. How about that? Buy yourself a King James version. You're gonna be good, and you'll get the real word.
We're gonna add a book to it. It's gonna be called the Book of Sita. Like, we in there.
That's what it is.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you,
Absolutely.
Mamacita, so much. Once again, it's your boy Big Mike.
This your girl Desi Des.
DJ the Queen in the
And
building.
you already know we got this middle little Mamacita. That's what it is. That's the one. That's a powerful woman. So you guys make sure you guys
Yes.
follow her.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
We
it.
appreciate you. Once again, all you got to do is log on to StayReadyRadio.com all day, every day. Hit the live stream button. You guys can check us out.
There it is.